Hey everyone, my name is Edgar Navarrete, and here is a video that I've been kind of putting away for a while, but one of you actually reached out to me and commented on the video where I announced that I was no longer going to law school because I failed out. I won't be going back to law school because I didn't meet the GPA requirements for the first semester. The comment is by Shane G, and it says, "Can you make a brutally honest video about the factors that you believe led to this outcome? The process might be good for you as an honest review of where you might have fallen short, but will help you with whatever you do next. It would also allow others to have an opportunity to learn without making some of the same mistakes. I know that it can be a vulnerable process to detail your shortcomings, but there could be an untold value in the process. Whether you decide to make a video like that or not, I wish you all the best in the future." First of all, thank you, Shane G, for that comment. I'm glad you watched that video, and I want to be able to help out others who are in that situation, who are in law school and feel like they're struggling, or who are aspiring law students and want to know what it's like. So in this video I will address just that. But I think before I get into my experience in that first semester, I really have to maybe just share a little bit about myself and my background to hopefully get a better understanding as to why I failed. I went to the University of Texas in Austin. I studied nutrition, a science major. While I was in law school, actually, I met very little science majors. Mostly everyone was a government major, poli-sci, English, or some other major where there was definitely more writing. The most writing I did for my nutrition degree was lab reports, but that's not very transferable. I did take other courses to get certificates. I did a business foundation certificate, so just like a general understanding of businesses, with classes ranging from accounting to finance to economics. And then the other certificate where I actually got to do a bit more writing towards the end of my undergrad was the Ethics and Leadership in Law, Politics, and Government. There I really had some good experience writing, but it was really only in like the last year and a half of my studies that I actually practiced a lot of writing. During the last years of my undergraduate degree, I actually started working at a nonprofit law firm called the Equal Justice Center. I started there as an intern and slowly moved myself up the ranks until I was hired on as a paralegal and worked there for about 4 years, where I was working with the immigration department, doing a lot of DACA cases, as well as some with U visas and naturalization. So it was a great experience to gain, and I think it was a good stepping stone going towards law school, having had that experience. But on a more personal level, I'm an undocumented immigrant. I feel like if you've been watching these videos for a while, you know that my goal really is to help immigrants and help them achieve their version of their American dream. So I really just want to help. I'm a hard worker, I'm motivated. Anything that I set myself out to, I try to do my best. But I will recognize that I can be stubborn at times when it comes time to ask for help from others. So the big question, why did I fail law school? Well, law school is tough. It's not an easy feat. It's probably going to be the hardest 3 years of your life. But it's doable. Many people do it. But I came up with 3 main reasons as to why I think I failed my first semester of law school. And I hope that they're able to help you in your law school journey. So the first one was just keeping up with the amount of reading that there was in law school. If you think it's easy to fall behind in undergrad in terms of your reading and work, wait till you get to law school. So I recall doing readings every single day of the week. There was tons of readings, and it was like nothing I'd have ever done before. I mean, I wasn't reading Supreme Court briefs for fun. I mean, who does that? But even then, if I was, I don't think I would have been prepared, just because I didn't know what law school professors were looking for. So yeah, keeping up with readings, and most importantly, having a comprehension of what you were reading. So, I mean, I really struggled with that. One, I struggled keeping up with the amount of readings. I'm not going to say that I was perfect and read everything. I tried my best to be as prepared as I could for class. But even then, when I would show up to class, I felt like I had a very base level understanding of what I was reading, and not really getting to the nitty gritty of what the professor was asking or what was going to be on the actual final exam. Moving on to reason number 2, which I think kind of leans on number 1. In most law schools, you are probably going to have a final that determines the majority of your grade. And I mean majority as in it will determine about 90% of your final grade. And unlike undergrad, there isn't much multiple choice questions, if any at all. So it really comes down to your writing and really being good about what you understood and have up here and putting it on paper. If you ask me how many times I practice a writing sample or any writing at all during my first semester of law school, it was this much. 0. And that wasn't by choice. If you know me personally or ask anyone who knows me, they will tell you that I'm a hard-working person, and I believe I am. So it wasn't by choice that I didn't practice. It was more of a matter of time. I was really constrained by time because I was just having such a hard time just keeping up with readings. And because I was focusing so much time on readings and trying to understand what I was reading, I had very little time to practice writing. And I wasn't going to be pulling, days with no sleep. I know how to take care of myself. I've always prioritized self-care, because once that goes down the drain, then it's all over for me. And then moving on to reason number 3, which also kind of leans on that time constraint that I had. And that is meeting with the professors. That's something that I wish I had done more frequently while I was in school. I mean, they're the ones that teach the course, run the lectures, and write the exam. So, I mean, it's easy. Like, why not meet with them so that way we can go through everything. They even set out practice writing samples of previous exams. But I felt so constrained by time to just understand what exactly was going in class that I didn't feel prepared to really go take that next step of, okay, so professor, what exactly are you looking for in writing? And then in addition, prior to entering law school, we actually, at least the school that I went to, we were supposed to take a assessment that would assess where our strengths and weaknesses were academically, and guess where your homeboy was at in terms of writing. Yeah, I was the lowest in terms of writing. That was my weakest category, my weakest area. So how am I supposed to strengthen my writing in one semester while I'm trying my best, my absolute best, to just keep up with readings and comprehend what I'm reading so that way I can be prepared in case I'm cold called? I think these were really the reasons why I failed law school. I mean, was I a little stubborn in terms of asking others for help? I think so, a little bit. If I were to do it again, would I do anything differently? Yeah, exactly what I told you. I think I would make sure to meet with my professors, make sure to allot the time to write and practice. And be able to ask others for help. I think that's where I went wrong. There you have it. Those are my 2 cents as to why I think I failed law school. So if I can end this video with a couple of pieces of advice for you, for future law students, for current law students. Know that law school has a funny way of preparing you to be legal professionals and go out in the world and make a difference in someone's life, but at the same time makes you feel so minute and insignificant. Don't let law school rule your world. Don't let law school feel less than who you really are. You are worth so much, and don't let law school make you feel that way. Yes, it's like nothing you'll ever do in your life. The hardest 3 years that you'll have to do, but I think you've endured harder challenges. And most importantly, don't let your performance in law school determine your worth. You will go out and do great things for society regardless of being the top student or the middle ranking student or a lower ranking student. Sometimes those students are the hardest workers. And quite frankly, law school is nothing like the real world. And failing out of law school is not the end of the world. Rather, an opportunity for you to continue down your dream, but in a path that you least intended you would. My name is Edgar Navarrete. I failed my first semester of law school, but my failures don't define who I am or what I can do. I want to make a difference in people's lives one way or another. And whether I do it with a JD or not is the least of my worries. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you next week.